Well, let's see. Two women having at it, Steve. This is new, and it's going to stay. Laila Ali needs to establish her jab. She has a very good jab. She really does box very well and smart. Box smart from the outside is key for her. She is the better talented fighter and sharp counterpunching. She should make Lenhart miss and land. Lenhart also has a pretty good jab. She needs to establish. She's a little taller, maybe even a little more powerful jab. Also, Ali's never been past 6. Take her into past 4. Take her into late rounds. And this lady has a big right hand. She says she can use it well. She'll need to.
All right, you look at Laila's opponent, Kendra Lenhart, who won 3 tough man competitions before turning pro at 31 almost 3 years ago. The transition to boxing, a difficult one, lost her first 3, 5 of 7, claiming they were against mostly top contenders. However, in her last 7, she's 4-2-1. As we mentioned, an excellent all-around athlete. Married to her trainer Marvin, has 3 children. Bobby, will her experience be enough against Ali, who's relatively inexperienced, but with good natural ability?
Well, some of her experience was getting beat up, and I think she's learned to cope with that, learned to deal with it. I think she's fought some good fighters. If she takes that toughness that edge that she said she's got into the ring here and does something offensively, it may help her.
She is a competitor, no question about that. Laila Ali will be her opponent. There she is, says she's quite comfortable living and boxing in her dad's shadow. She's just gotten used to people constantly telling stories and asking her questions about her dad. Just happens to arguably be the most famous man in the world, Muhammad Ali. Here she comes. She is the second youngest of Ali's 9 children. And speaking of the champ, there he is, very stoic, looking on, as mentioned earlier, initially looked to discourage his daughter from getting into the fight game, but now does support her. Laila told us the best advice she gets from Muhammad is the jab. Be fast.
He won 3 world titles with that jab, Steve. I can't see any reason why he wouldn't say jab, most underused, underrated punch in boxing.
I know you like to say that a lot. She got into boxing, Muhammad's daughter, just last year as a form of exercise while operating a nail salon in Los Angeles.
2-minute rounds, but we're not fighting. It's 2-minute rounds.
All right, there's some controversy. The reason for the reversal right now, originally it was supposed to be 2-minute rounds. The commission said 2-minute rounds. Now they switched it to 3, and you can see the reaction by the Ali corner. That's her husband and manager and assistant trainer, Johnny Yaya McClain, a former cruiserweight champ, WBU, 2-time cruiserweight champ, and he's very upset, as you can see.
He had my old title, super cruiserweight champ.
Super cruiserweight champ.
He was.
But the controversy is that they thought that it should be 2-minute rounds, and it's now been changed to 3, so they're obviously ticked off, and now Muhammad Ali concerned as well. Usually in women's boxing it's 2-minute rounds, but I believe Foreman's daughter recently fought 3-minute rounds. The thing is, you don't change it in midstream. You got to do that well in advance.
You don't change it in midstream, but what we have to find out here is if the Michigan Commission ever consented to 2-minute rounds, or everybody just assumed that Michigan would bend over backwards. Let's see. They haven't given us judges from anywhere else or a referee from anywhere else, so their rules may stand.
Well, perhaps they figured it out, and she's back on her way towards the ring. But you know what? You got to have communication. You can't have one thinking it's one way and another thinking it's another way. So now Johnny McClain, the husband and manager of Laila Ali, seems satisfied with the resolution, and we'll find out exactly what happened, whether it's 2-minute or 3-minute rounds. Well, how good is she? And can you truly gauge judging by her competition, Bobby? It's tough to find female fighters her size.
Steve, all great fighters are great because they beat great fighters. And right now she hasn't beat any great fighters. Not that the universe is limited, but you know, there isn't that much to gauge her by. All right, her abilities are good, but that's it.
We've got more information on the controversy. Let's go to Jim Gray.
All right, well, right now, Dave Sebastian, who represents the commission, is refusing to talk to us because he says that it's 3 minutes here and that both camps were aware of it. Well, we've got one camp now who says, the Ali camp, that it was supposed to be 2 minutes. He's the chairman of the Michigan Athletic Boxing Board of Control, and he is refusing now to talk about this issue. But there's total chaos over here about this, and A number of the commissioners right here keep talking amongst each other. Here's the attending ringside physician now. He stepped in. We do have the ladies in the ring, so I don't know if this has been resolved. They're still talking about the timing down here. What are you guys going to do? It's not your decision. No one wants to take responsibility for any of this, including the people who have been charged with the responsibility. Well, so I guess that boxing in Michigan functions like boxing in a lot of other places, maybe worse.
Well, Jim, if this is a harbinger of things to come, indicative of the way the Michigan Commission acts, we could have big problems later, because this is not supposed to be the controversial fight. Tyson Galata is supposed to be the controversial bout.
Well, after all, it is Cup night.
There you go.
Controversy is going to be here. It's going to stay.
Let's go back to Jim. We expected controversy, but not in this fight. Here's Jim again.
Okay, all right. Let me just see.
I think that what now the commission is telling us, Dr. Sherbin, that it will be 2-minute rounds because both corners just agreed that they will stop fighting after 2 minutes. So it really doesn't matter right now what the commission says, because both corners have agreed with each other that it's 2 minutes. So there you have it, best we can tell. Steve?
All right, Jim. Yeah, we'll have a boycott in the ring.
That would be a first.
Yeah. And I'll tell you, I can't blame them, because that's what we heard too. It was going to be 2-minute rounds, and how at the last minute as they're walking in can they possibly change it to 3-minute rounds? Unbelievable. With that, let's get the tail of the tape as we size him up. The biggest disparity in age, with Ali 12 years younger. Ali's tallest opponent, Lenhart, 2.5 inches taller, 6 feet and a half. Yesterday's weigh-in, Ali 165 and a quarter, Lenhart 165 and a half. Yet in women's boxing, they call them light heavyweights. They're more like super middleweights. And the key Michigan rules for this fight, scheduled for 6. The standing 8 count is in effect. 3 knockdown rule also in effect. Fighter cannot be saved by the bell except in the final round. If an accidental headbutt occurs before the end of the 3rd round, the fighters ruled a technical draw. If it happens after the end of round 3, they go to the scorecards. So we're set here at the Palace. Laila Ali, Kendra Lenhart. Let's get the introductions from our ring announcer, Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we present the next of our featured attractions. This time we bring into the ring a women's light heavyweight special attraction scheduled for 6 2-minute rounds of boxing. Introducing to you our 3 judges scoring this action from ringside. We have Rosemary Grable, Bernie Teachout, and Brad Wright. And introducing to you the 3rd man to the ring, the referee in charge of this bout from Detroit, Michigan, Sam Williams. All right, fans, here we go. Introducing to you first on my right, fighting out of the blue corner, entering the ring wearing red trunks, joining us from Lenoir, Tennessee. She weighed in at 165 1/2 pounds. Her record stands at a hard-hitting 6 wins, 7 losses, 1 draw, with all 6 wins coming by way of knockout. Introducing a fighter known as Kendra Tough Enough Lenhart. And her opponent across the ring on my left, fighting out of the red corner in the 6th-round attraction, entering the ring, wearing white trunks with black trim, hailing from Los Angeles, California. She weighed in at 165 1/4 pounds. She is undefeated in her campaign to the ring with a perfect record of 7 wins, no losses. All 7 wins coming by way of knockout. Following in the outstanding boxing tradition, please welcome the undefeated women's boxing sensation known as She Be Stingin', Laila Ali. And once again, a referee in charge, Sam Williams, now to give instructions. 6 2-minute rounds of boxing schedule.
All right, ladies, let's have a good one. I want you to watch your headbutts. Your low blows, your kidney punches. On my command, a break, take a full step back. Hands up. Protect yourself at all times. In case of a knockdown, I'll send you to the furthest neutral corner. Remain there until I send for you. Good luck, ladies. It's your world, baby.
Okay, so as you can see, it's Laila Ali versus Kendra Lenhart. And Ali comes in with a record of 7 KOs, all by knockout. And Lockhart is 6-7-1. And we're getting ready to start round 1. As you know, this fight was supposedly going to be 3 rounds, and the Michigan Commission knocked it down at 2 at the last minute. This fight is taking place in Auburn Hills. And Ali is an impressive fighter. She's a pressure fighter. She establishes the jab pretty quickly. And because of the 2-minute rounds, they're fighting with more energy and passion. As you could see, Ali comes in immediately with the right hand. And Lenhart doesn't seem to have those overall skills that Ali has, but stands right in front of Ali with a combination of lefts and rights that are really actually not doing much damage to Ali at this point. There you can see Lenhart missing with the right hand, and Ali coming back with a jab of her own. I can see they're both still feeling each other out, and Ali comes back with a nice jab, a nice right hand. And Lenhart also comes back with a right-left combination, but then gets hit, walks into another Ali jab. And as you can see, that was that on that last exchange, Ali got in 2 good jabs. And Lenhart is just basically trying to feel her out, but you could see Ali is putting more pressure on her because she has more of the boxing skills, and she's getting hit as well. The difference between Ali and Kendra is Kendra has a lot more experience in the ring compared to Ali. She only had 6 fights. It's the end of round 1. And you can see Muhammad Ali is in the audience, completely dazed, not exactly knowing where he is at this point, because of serious Parkinson's that he had at that time. Wasn't as bad. As it progressed, it became even worse. This fight took place in 2000 in Auburn Hills, Michigan. You can see Laila Ali's trainer is her husband. She's ready to go, no question about it. I can see Lendra comes out with the jab. Ali comes back with 2 of her own, a nice right hand to the forehead. As you can see, Kendra misses with the right hand. The ref breaks him up. As you can see, Kendra's trying to coerce Ali into a brawl, but it's not really working because Ali's defensive skills are just basically counteracting all of Kendra's right hands. And there's a solid left by Kendra to the jaw of Ali, but Ali comes right back. You can see that both fighters are tired, even though this is only the second round. And they've only fought less than 4 minutes. Ali has the right hand on top of the head, and then Kendra comes back, and now they're both clinching. Both fighters look absolutely dead tired after round 2. So this is taking a lot out of them. But Kendra's hanging in there. I mean, she doesn't have the great defensive skills or the boxing skills. She's more of a brawler. She's been in strong woman competitions before she even got into boxing. So as you can see in the replay, Ali is able to push Kendra away. She's able to muscle her or actually out, and then basically out jab her in the fights. But then Kendra comes back with these wild lefts and rights, and that makes it hard for Ali to, to set up. Here we go with round number 3. And Kendra comes out strong and aggressive. She comes out throwing the right hand. These are sharp blows by Kendra, and they're making contact to the jaw of Ali and to the head. There's another good left hand by Kendra. Beautiful combination by Ali, banging lefts and rights to the head. There's a good stiff right hand by Lendra, and Ali comes back with another right. Kendra's lefts and rights to Ali's head are taking a toll on her, without question. But Ali is still winning the round. There's an uppercut by Kendra that just missed. And now we have a toe-to-toe exchange with Kendra and Ali going at it. This is brutal. Kendra's basically trying to induce Ali into a brawl as round 3 is going to get set to come to a close. Another good right hand to close out the round, and so far on the scorecard, I have Ali ahead 3-0. This was only Ali's 7th professional fight. She ended up going undefeated when she retired several years later. She was 21-0. Had a very impressive resume to back it up. There you see in the replay, Kendra comes back with 2 right hands, and then Ali counterpunches with another left and a jab to the right of the head, the right of her of Kendra's cheek, and then Kendra tries to lure her into a brawl, which Ali is not going to go for. And there's Muhammad Ali out there. You can't tell whether that's the effects of Parkinson's or he's just shocked that his daughter is in the ring, taking some poundings. Now you see Ali's working behind the jab very effectively. And you can see it's quite obvious that Ali's conditioning is the big factor in this fight, more than anything else. And she's been the aggressor for most of the way, but Kendra keeps coming back with the lefts and the rights, but Ali keeps maneuvering herself to duck from those punches. So like I said, the conditioning plays a big factor in this fight, without question. This round so far is basically all Ali. I mean, you could tell from the get-go. And Kendra is looks totally exhausted. You could tell if they were 3-minute rounds, Ali would have no problem mixing it up with Kendra. Kendra tries to come back with a left, but Ali won't have any of it. She ties her up. And Ali is just completely dominating this fight as far as I'm concerned. She's finishing very strong as the round is about to come to a close. There she goes, another beautiful right hand. She almost had her on Queer Street. Kendra is taking a serious beating, man, but she doesn't actually show any scars, you know. Kendra's trying to hang on, but she looks totally exhausted, man. I mean, she is really in there with a master. As you can see in the replay, a good right hand by Ali that staggered her. Kendra was staggered towards the end of the round, and then Ali just came back with another combination, a left and right. And she's connecting. But Kendra's a warrior. She still hangs in there, man. No question. So now we're going to round 5. Kendra has that long jab, but she's just too tired, man. Ali again, a constant pursuer. Oh, Kendra walked right into a straight jab by Ali. Wow. Kendra's just trying to hold on. She is totally exhausted. As you can see, Ali is pounding to the ribs and to the body. It's just amazing, man. I don't know what's holding Kendra up. She just walked into a powerful jab by Ali. Another good right hand by Ali. Kendra counters with a good left. And the ref has to break them up at this point. Oh, powerful jab by Ali as the round is ready to close. Kendra comes right back. Ali looks exhausted at this point as well. They're both physically drained. And mind you, these are 2-minute rounds. Ali could probably withstand the 3 minutes, but it's a good thing they decided to drop it down to 2, which is standard regulation. We got the final round coming up, 6th round. And you can see Muhammad Ali there. That's not the real Muhammad Ali. I mean, that's a shame, man. You know, if that was Ali back in the day, he'd be rooting on his daughter and yelling and screaming and giving her instructions, and basically he's just half shell of his former self, man. I don't even think he knows that the fight is going on. Inside, he knows what's happening, but he just can't communicate. That's, that's the sad effects of the Parkinson's disease. So we got the 6th round coming up, final round. And there's a good right hand by Kendra after eating two right hooks from Ali. You got to give Kendra credit. She keeps coming back. She's like a warrior. This is like Larry Holmes, Ken Norton, 1978, man. This is a brutal battle. You have to look at this. It's just totally phenomenal. Another good left hand by Kendra. Ali is ready for anything that Kendra is ready to that Kendra is going to dish out. They're both feeling each other out like it's the first round. This is incredible. Oh, good left hand by Kendra to Ali's head. Another combination, left and right by Kendra. We got 35 seconds left in the fight, and Kendra keeps coming back. But Ali keeps chomping away at the head of Kendra. Amazed they didn't call her. They didn't call any rabbit punches yet, because she's not actually hitting her behind the head, so it's not. It's technically not considered a rabbit punch. And Kendra is basically she is exhausted. She's just trying to hold on, man. And that's the end of round 6. Great fight.
Well, this will be the first fight Laila Ali doesn't win by knockout, as we wait for the decision, and so does Muhammad Ali. 22-year-old Laila Ali from Los Angeles, California, wanted to put on a good show. A lot of relatives in the crowd, including her legendary dad.
Listen, you gotta quit believing you gotta fight.
Her mother Veronica, you saw before with Bill Boggs. 3 sisters, Hannah, Mia, and Rashida, are also on hand.
That's one of the promoters. Baby, trust me.
Very low-key, private, independent person.
Great. That's where you gotta fight.
And she found herself in a bit of a war there with Kendra Lenhart. Looks like Muhammad can't look as he waits for the decision.
You got the heart of a daddy. The God of the greatest. We are and she showed it. Were you surprised that she's still big girl? Thought you just got home.
Well, you heard Laila say, hey, that's a big girl.
Look who's talking. They're both big girls.
Yeah, she's 5'10" herself. Kendra is the tallest opponent for Ali to date, 6 feet and a half. And Laila Ali looking to go to 8-0. While we're waiting for the official decision, we'll check out the online scoring, see how the fans at home had it. And there it is.
I have it exactly the same.
Lenhart winning rounds 2 and 3.
I had her winning 1 and 3.
As Ali awaits the decision, a little bit of the action toward the end of the round.
Yeah, she clearly closed the show better. Inside right and left, another right. And Lenhart's trying, but she just doesn't have the overall skills and so tired and winging all arm punches. But she did not quit.
The fans are faster than the commission. Let's go up to Jimmy Lennon Jr., the decision.
Ladies and Ladies and gentlemen, after 6 rounds of action, we have a unanimous decision. Here are the score totals. Judges at ringside, Rosemary Grable and Brad Wright both scored about 58 to 56. Judge at ringside, Bernie Teachout, scores about 60 to 54. All three in favor of the winner. And still undefeated, she be stinging Laila Ali.
The reaction of Dad, unanimous decision, but not an easy one for Laila Ali, now 8-0. Tonight she was in there with a more experienced opponent in Kendra Lenhart, who falls to 6-8-1.